Welcome to Game Day with Hick the Stick 4.
I'm here for the show.
No, I told you you're based on that. Get out of here.
No, you get out of here.
This is my show.
I got your face. No, shoot. So, I've realized I haven't been in the show enough lately, and so have y'all. So here's my request, a day in the life of Mr. Doppel. Good morning. This math is killing me!
What do you think, Doppel? Romance or football? Yep, romance it is.
Driving down the road with the radio playing. One of those songs that...
Hi, Mr. Doppel!
Smells good.
So now that Mr. Doppel is gone, welcome to Game Day with Hick the Stick for week 9 of the college football season. The first college football playoff rankings came out this week. Georgia number 1, Alabama number 2, Michigan State number 3, and Oregon number 4, with Ohio State at 5 and Cincinnati at 6. Cincinnati is mad that they're not in the top 4. Will they take it out on Tulsa this week? Can Washington beat Oregon? And can Purdue beat Michigan State? What's going to happen in week 9?
First up, we have Wake Forest versus North Carolina.
Wake Forest is number 9 in the country. They're undefeated. They're in the top 10, playing North Carolina. North Carolina at home. I predicted to beat Notre Dame last week, but that didn't happen. Sam Howell, he wants a big win because this might be his last season in college football. Can they get the W over Wake Forest? I predicted them to win last week. I'm not predicting them to win this week. I got Wake Forest staying undefeated and getting the W over North Carolina.
Second, we have Michigan State versus Purdue.
Michigan State. If the season ended today, they make the college football playoffs. They're number 3 in the country, playing Purdue. Purdue is at home. They beat number 2 Iowa in Iowa this season. Already have a big upset. Can they get another upset this week? Well, Michigan State did not have Kenneth Walker III. I might predict him to win, but this guy could take home the Heisman Trophy. So I got to go with Michigan State over Purdue. And now it's time for my quick picks of the week. I make 4 quick picks. Our first game is Oklahoma State versus West Virginia. Oklahoma State wins. Ohio State versus Nebraska. Ohio State gets the W. Missouri versus Georgia. Georgia wins another one. And LSU versus Alabama. Alabama gets the W. That's my quick picks of the week. Last week we had Hick the Trips join the show. This week we're going to have one of our biggest fans join the show and make some predictions on some upsets in the game of the week. So let's call them. Welcome to Game Day with Hick the Stick. How does it feel to be on Game Day?
It's a big honor.
Big honor.
It's my highlight of Fridays.
We're glad that we could do that for you. Here's Hick number 1 pick.
Hi, Lane.
That's my mean kindergarten teacher.
Yep.
Okay, you ready to do some predictions?
I'm ready.
Okay, Madison, give him the first one.
The first one is Boise State versus number 23 Fresno State.
I'm going to go with Fresno State. I don't think Boise State will win. I think Fresno State's a better team.
Stay in the rankings, okay.
I
Number
think they'll
20, number 21, Wisconsin versus Rutgers. Can Rutgers get the upset at home?
They will not.
No, you got Wisconsin.
Wisconsin coming off a good win. I think they'll be better.
All right. Well, what about number 4 Oregon versus Washington?
Is Washington at home?
Yes, they are. Washington is at home.
I'd have to go with, I want to go with Washington, but I want to go with Oregon. I'm going to go with Oregon. Yeah, they're a better team. They're number 4.
Number 4 in the nation. Yes, shocking, but they are.
Yes.
Okay, number 17, Mississippi State versus Arkansas.
Ooh. I got to go with Arkansas here. Mississippi State's the right team, right?
They are the ranked team, but Arkansas is not a bad team.
Arkansas is a good team. They're going to beat Mississippi State.
Okay.
They had awesome tough games, but they're still a good team.
Last chance for an upset. Here we go.
Liberty versus number 16, Ole Miss.
I'm going with Ole Miss. I want to go with Liberty. Liberty's got a great quarterback, but I think Ole Miss is just a better team, and they're going to beat.
Matt Corral getting the W. Okay, game of the week. Hick the Sticks game of the week. We got number 13 Auburn versus number 14 Texas A&M. A&M at home with the 12th man. Who gets the W?
Auburn. I'm going to go with Auburn. Auburn's
Ooh, just a period right there. Auburn. Okay, we lost you for a second there.
Okay.
He's back, but he's got Auburn. Okay. Well, Lane, thanks for being on the show. It was a privilege to have you. And I hope you can come back and join the show again one day.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Have a good night.
Bye, Lane.
See ya.
Okay, so this week we only have 4 undefeated teams playing. These 2 girls are going to pick which team's going to lose. They don't know who they're playing this week. These 4 undefeated teams are going to have to pick one. Okay, girls, pick a cup. Undefeated team.
Wake is out of here.
Wake is out of here playing North Carolina. North Carolina struggled a little bit this season, but they are a good team. She's got Wake getting beaten by North Carolina. Who you got?
Okay, so we have Cincinnati, MSU, which is Michigan State.
Yes.
And then we have Georgia, which
Georgia.
is number 1. So that one I don't think is happening.
Okay.
But we know Cincinnati is mad.
Mad. Yes.
Super angry.
They're not happy with the committee, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I think they're going to come in full of rage. So
Ooh,
they're
okay.
not going to. So I'm going with Michigan State.
Get that out of here.
Michigan State playing Purdue.
Okay.
Purdue got the upset when
Purdue.
Iowa was number 2 this season.
That's fun to say.
So they can beat a big team. Michigan State's number 3. Can they get another upset? She's got Michigan State getting beaten by Purdue and Wake Forest losing to North Carolina. Let's see if one of those upsets happen, and it won't be shocking after all that's happened this season. Yes, that was the upset alert you heard. There's a possibility of 5 upsets this week, but I'm only predicting 2. Boise State plays Fresno State. Fresno State, will it be an upset? No. Fresno State gets the W over Boise State. Wisconsin versus Rutgers. Rutgers at home. This could happen, but I'm not predicting it. Wisconsin beats Rutgers. Number 4, Oregon versus Washington. Washington at home. My first upset. It always happens after the first college football playoff rankings come out. A big team loses. I got Oregon losing to Washington. Washington getting the upset. Our next one, Mississippi State versus Arkansas. Arkansas at home, another upset. Arkansas beats Mississippi State. Our last one, Liberty versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss and Matt Corral get the W at home. No upset. But those 2 upsets could happen, and I'm predicting it to happen. Let's see if it does. After a crazy week we had last week, Elliott went 2-1. Madison went 2-1, making them 10-9 on the season. And
We're tied.
sadly for me last week, I only got 1 game right and 2 games wrong. So now I am 11-8, only 1 game ahead of these 2 girls. What's going to happen in this week's prediction? It's the game of the week. Let's predict.
Hick the Sticks game of the week is Auburn versus Texas A&M.
Number 13 Auburn, number 14 Texas A&M. Texas A&M at home with the 12th man. Ellie, who do you got?
Auburn.
You got Auburn, the Tigers. Madison?
I'm going to go with Texas.
Texas A&M.
Yep.
So they did beat Alabama. Auburn
Right.
still has to play Alabama. So I'm right in the middle. Who am I going with? I'm going with Texas A&M
Oh.
at home against Auburn. That 12th man is going to help them get another W.
The verse of the week was picked by Hallie. Psalms 27:1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? The Lord is my everything. Have a great college football Saturday.
That work?
Yep. Did I sound smart?
Yes.
Let it go. Let it go.
Welcome to Game Day with Hick the Stick.
I'm sorry. Bad, Mr. Doppel. Bad. Well, what was I supposed to say?